Welcome, Prince Arthas. The men and I are honored by your presence.
Can the formalities, Uther. I'm not king yet. It's good to see you.
You too, lad. I'm pleased that King Tyrannus sent you to help me.
Father still hopes your patience and experience might rub off on me.
Well, it is a father's right to dream, isn't it?
Look, here's where we stand. Our scouts have confirmed that there is an orc encampment hidden somewhere over the next ridge.
As I suspected.
It gets worse. They're preparing to attack the nearby village of Stwanbaaaahd. As far as we know, the village is completely defenseless.
I need to move against the orcs' base immediately. Can you handle Stwanbaaahrd's defense on your own?
Of course, Uther. Don't worry about me.
Good. Meet me at the orc camp once you've saved the village. Be careful, Arthas.
Alright, here we go with the first mission of the human campaign of Warcraft 3, the video game.
Of course.
So, that was Uther the Lightbringer, who, based on his name, you can probably tell is super good guy number 1. He is the leader of the Paladins, which are like super knights that have healing powers, just like Arthas here, who can heal people and generally be super good guy number 1 that everyone loves. This mission, we need to go save the village of Stwanbaaaahd. I mean, Stwanbaaaahd from the evil orkies.
Certainly.
But first, we're gonna pop over down here and talk to this dude with an exclamation point.
Get your swords!
Just like this were World of Warcraft, exclamation point means goodies over here, little quests and whatnot.
Of course.
So as you can tell, this is an RTS game, but it also has lots of little quest-like elements.
Please, you're my only hope. A group of gnolls kidnapped my little Timmy and took him to their hideout in the forest. Could you find him and bring him home?
Of course.
Like this one. And this was kind of, well, this wasn't even kind of, this was awesome. This was the coolest thing ever about this game.
Help me, please. I'm trapped in the cage.
I assume y'all really wanted to hear that. Let's kill these gnolls.
You are past redemption.
So yeah, while there were, like, you know, enemies to fight and traditional RTS stuff, there was also all these neutral enemies that you can see. And you basically got, like, really, really nice perks from killing them.
Please get me out of here. I want to go home.
Is there danger?
Like this.
Oh, thanks so much. I have a reward for you.
And that adds a ring of protection +1. Ooh, gaze upon its amazing ringiness
For honor.
as it adds 1 to our armor.
Is there danger?
Pretty straightforward stuff. But, you know, by the end of the single-player campaign, you can pick up some really... I'm gonna kill that building. By the end of the single-player campaign, you pick up some really, really cool items, which you'll be seeing. Mostly they're orbs. And you can get, like, 1,000,000 orbs, and you combine the orbs, and the orbs become super awesome.
Of course.
But, I mean, that's really what made this game so cool back in the day, was that it had, like, this whole inventory system. And
Certainly.
this even carried over into the multiplayer aspects, where you could build your own shops
Of course.
and spend gold that you mine from gold mines and stuff on getting special items for your heroes. Let's pop over here and see what this guy has to say.
Get him! It's a trap!
Oh, it was a
Take
trap.
everything, man. Take all the valuables.
So I'm gonna just let one of my guys get beat up a lot, just to show off not Uther, Arthas's special powers. This guy ain't looking too hot, but if we press the holy light button, we cast it, suddenly he's looking much better. Yeah, Arthas is a paladin, and that's what he does. He heals people. He's also a melee hero, and I think that, if I remember correctly, the paladins were considered the tanks of the human side. And we've leveled up. I'm going to go ahead and throw it into Devotion Aura, which is a passive skill, which...
Bandits are stealing our belongings!
Not for long.
We'll take their coin just like everyone else's.
For honor.
Those bandits stole my ledger. Without it, I will lose my entire farm. Please, retrieve it from their camp. It would mean so much to us.
For honor.
Anyways, you can see that quest is a little bit funky, where you can get some extra hits in on them during the cutscene. Because usually you're supposed to just kind of sit there and watch and be like, oh my god, so cinematic, wow, I can't even deal with how amazing this all is going down this. Yeah, close enough. Anyway, as I was saying, Devotion Aura, passive skill, adds 1 to, adds 1.5 to everybody's armor.
For the light.
But, oh yeah, it also adds it to Arthas's
Justice
as well.
shall be done.
Shoulda remembered that, I suppose.
Say your prayer.
Anyway, let's pop some healing onto this footman, because he looks like he's taking every single bad
On
guy's
my way.
Is there danger?
proc, I think is the word. I don't remember.
Of course.
I'm not.
Let me
I
out.
think that's mostly an MMO term, but I think it actually was the term that you used here. I guess aggro would probably be it. Proc is when the dice roll
I stand for the
something. Wow. Well, that made me sound like sufficiently much of an idiot, which I guess is appropriate for being a Let's Player. Let's pop the Potion of Mana here, so I can just go ahead and cast heal on that footman, pick up the quest item,
Of course.
and we will go ahead and pop this book back over to Gerard. Now, as you can see, this book doesn't actually do anything, but it just goes to show that there were quest items in this game,
sound plan.
and you didn't have to kill 50 rats or whatever to get it. You just had to walk slightly out of your way.
A sound plan.
Thank you for helping me. Please, take this item.
Here we are at Stwanbaaaahd. Oh, yeah, I don't think it's possible to save that
The
dude.
attack has already begun. To arms, my brothers!
Yes, Arthas, the orcs do have 2 arms. Yeah.
The light.
Well, anyway, generally speaking, if the enemy units end up attacking Arthas, I don't really mind that much because Arthas has a ton of health compared to Footman. He has nearly twice as much health. Now, Arthas can't heal himself, but luckily Arthas also picks up items like these potions of healings, which are very, very useful.
Certainly.
I'm going over here. I don't remember why. I don't think there is actually anything over here,
Of course.
but who knows?
Certainly.
Maybe I was wrong.
For honor.
If I remember
course.
correctly, you can type in cheat codes too, and you can see
Certainly.
all sorts of hidden goodies and Easter eggs
sound
thrown
plan.
around in the levels.
Certainly.
And even at one point, you can find a hydralisk.
A sound plan.
It's hidden in the woods of the Night Elf campaign, and it's super duper overpowered. But that's a little ways off. However, it's awesome, so I'm going to go ahead and use it when we get there. So that was an Orc Raider. He deals siege damage, and so he didn't really do much damage at all to my footman there. But
I stand
what they do is they deal a lot of damage to buildings, and by a lot of damage I mean a lot of damage. They are extremely good units for fighting buildings. They can also move very fast, so what you're supposed to do is make them very good harassers. Like they run in and they hit your Arthas can't reach the grunt. You run them around and the enemy can't hit them, and you just kite all of their defensive buildings and farms and whatnot.
Feel my wrath.
That peasant looks like he's having a good time.
Certainly.
Well, guess not.
Betrayer of the
Oh well. You'll notice that I sometimes hit these boxes and they
For my
sometimes
father, the
contain goodies. I think that's relatively self-explanatory, but I figure it's worth
sound plan.
pointing out is that sometimes they contain nice things like these potions of healing and all sorts of good stuff.
Sound plan.
Bob's guns. Ha! Fun
honor.
little place.
Certainly.
I think up here
sound plan.
there's probably some more footmen and grunts
Certainly.
and stuff. Yep, there they are.
Foul knave.
We will try our best to save these villagers by throwing soldiers at them instead.
betrayer of
Yeah,
the light.
there's not a whole lot to say about this early mission. You know, it's just kind of your typical tutorial stuff.
Sound plan.
I think that this whole section was basically just
For
to
honor.
get you used to some of the new
sound
orc
plan.
units, as we will be seeing
Certainly.
very shortly.
All these wretches off with the rest of them. Move them out.
for honor.
Move him out is a line from Warcraft 2 that the grunts used to say a lot. So that was kind of a fun little in-joke. They actually said it in almost the exact same inflection that they used back in that video game, even. So this guy is the Slave Master. Get a good load of him, because we will never ever see this dude again. And just like the Raiders, he also does siege damage, as you can see. His sword is made out of rocks. It's not really even a sword, it's just a giant... Well, it's dead now, but it's just a giant club macey thing. And, you know, club mace now sounds like the name of some sort of club, but trust me, it's not.
Certainly.
Bless you, Prince Arthas.
But what about the others who were taken away?
Don't worry, son. We'll find them and bring them home safe.
Prince Arthas, Lord Uther needs you at the Orc encampment immediately.
Never a dull moment.
Let's get moving.